from the burger shop. Okay, so these guys came in their sophomore year, and actually they came in the freshman year, and they knew everything. And I'm going to take Jennifer maybe out of that a little bit, but they knew everything about choir, which I was like, wow, that's awesome. You don't need me at all. And then, we hit a sophomore year. All four of them have been with us in chamber choir for the last 4 years. And we had what would be called probably a rocky year that year. And like I told them today, I don't make any secret out of what I do. My job is to try to help prepare them for whatever comes after this, and music is kind of my vehicle for doing that. And they wanted to sort of buck that through a lot of their sophomore year. And we got through all that, and we got into their junior year, and what I saw last year was a complete change of how we do team for these guys. I saw them reaching out to other people, and again, not that they didn't do that before, but I saw them doing it in a new way. I saw them doing it in an incredibly compassionate way towards their fellow teammates. I saw them understand that we need each other to make this happen. We can't do this alone. And just like I told those guys in Symphonic Choir, I wish we had been able to see what this choir could have evolved into. But then I sit back and think about what we're going to do up here tonight. And I hope the sound system works to where you can hear what's going on. But in the short time that we've been able to be in person, these guys have made a choir. And I call a choir a group of people that care about each other, that just want to do something together. That's it. And these guys have just been awesome. So, Sarah, I'm going to start with you, okay? All right, so I don't know if I've ever had a student that challenged me as much as this one here. Okay? Now, the good part about that was, after we kind of got through the, that first little rocky patch there, I think that Sarah really, honestly, wanted to make things great. I think she has. I've told her before this. She and I share some similarity character traits. And one of them is we want to be really great at everything we do. Just period. And some people have that and some people don't. And it's a blessing and a curse sometimes. And once we got past the curse part of it, okay? And I mean that in a loving way. I really do. I really do. I thought Sarah was going to quit at the end of her sophomore year. And when she didn't and came back, I kid you not, it was a different human being that viewed everything from a different lens. And I saw someone that didn't need to be the center of attention best anymore into, I want us to be the best. I want us to grow together. I want us to have great memories together. I want us to look great together. I want us to represent our choir and our school and our family and our community great together. And Sarah, for as many times as you came in and challenged or whatever we would call it, I appreciate that. And I really do. Because as a teacher, you have one of two things. You can either fight it or you can go with it and try to become a part of their growth and their change. But the cool thing is, any teacher can tell you this, is that you grow along the way yourself. Meaning us as teachers. And Sarah, you have helped me become a better teacher.
Oh, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Where's Anja? Get over here. All right. So this is another one. Freshman year, kind of quiet, kind of subdued, but very much aware and always thinking of what's going on. And maybe not as bold as Sarah was with wanting to tell me all the things that were, I was doing wrong or whatever. But she was thinking it, and then when I'd ask about it, she'd tell me all about it. Then we got to sophomore year, and she decided to start opening up her voice. And this incredible instrument came out, and I went, holy cow. So, like I do with everybody, I'm like, you need to start taking voice lessons. And she did, and has continued that, and the voice has grown. But I think my favorite memory, and I told you this today in class, was a conversation we had, whenever that was, your junior, midway through the year. A week before we shut down. And she was a little bit angry, not understanding what I was doing, why I was upset about something, and I explained it exactly to her what I wanted from her. And I thought that was one of those moments where she was going to go away. And to our blessing, she didn't. And what she did is she said, "Oh, Mr. Shaw, now I understand." And it was such a cool moment. So then fast forward to this year, pandemic year. Very rough. Anya's had to work all year and has not been able to be a part of a lot of in-person stuff we did. And then a week or two ago, Anya said, can I just come back for choir? Don't tell if your other teachers are here. So she started just coming in for choir. And I know why, because you love these other people, you love what we do, and you wanted to experience it one more time. And Anya, I can't thank you enough for what you've given to all of these people, to our entire choirs, and also just watching you grow. I know you've got a plan for next year and beyond, and I support you 100%, and I know you're going to be a great whatever it is that you decide to be. Thank you so much for 4 years, Anya. All right, so this is Brooklyn Warner. So I do all kinds of things, like names and letters and sounds are just fun for me. I don't know why, but I come up with different names for most people somewhere along the way. And sometimes it has to do with their name. Like I called her Riverland, okay, which I just, Brooklyn, Riverland, same kind of deal. It sounded better than Lakeland or Streamland or Estuaryland. So Riverland was nice. So anyway, Brooklyn is a different kind of cat, okay? I think probably if I were to describe her, and one thing I always tell people, if you describe someone as a musician, it's usually describing their personality. And if you think about anybody, if you describe them as a musician, you would probably be describing them as a human being. So, let me see if you can figure out which one it is, okay? Very strong, very smart, incredibly solid, knows what she's doing, incredibly reliable, a little bit of an attitude, little bit, but as I tell them, I don't mind the attitude, okay? Because attitude brings out personality. And a lot of times what attitude is wanting to find out what's on the other side. They want more. And that's something that you have always pushed for. You wanted us to be better. You never needed the spotlight or anything like that. You just wanted our choir to be great. And whether you knew how to make that happen or not how to make it happen, you were always pushing the other people in your choir. You were pushing me. I remember several times we'd be doing something like, well, can we do something else? Or can we, we need to fix this, that, and the other. And I was like, yes, okay, let's do that. And I so appreciate that because that's a life habit that is going to carry with you, Riverland, into everything else you do. Wherever that is, at LSU or St. Martin's or wherever, St. Martin's next year, wherever you're going throughout the course of your life, you are going to be sitting at the top somewhere because it's just how you are. And I just thank you so much for what you've given to these other girls and to everyone out here in our Timberline Choir community. 4 years, you're awesome, Brooklyn. Okay. This is the last one here, and then we will get started here in just a second. So, this girl here, all right. Oh, you're awesome. So, I think, it's not very often you get someone who just wants to do great and make people smile every single day. And from the first time she walked in choir her freshman year, she wasn't the one who wanted to have the solo all the time, although, truth be told, she might have one of the best voices we've had come through here in a long time. She wasn't the one who needed to be thanked or anything like that. She was the one who wanted to do that for
She's crying.
you do some push-ups or something. She wanted to, yeah, I know, she'd be right down there doing it with me. She wanted to do that for other people. She wanted to help everybody else. She wanted to make them smile. She wanted to make them look good. And I think, I'll just call it the mic. I had to readjust the mic stand again. Yes, I am tearing up, and that's okay. Guys can cry too. All right? So, I think the thing that I'm going to remember the most and is that just how proud I am of you. And if you knew Jennifer a year ago, a year and a half ago, this is literally a different human being. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. And everything that you've shared with me over the last year, I appreciate that. But even if these guys all don't know the entire story, they've gotten to experience Jennifer Tuamasev. And I've upped it. Is your mom here? In the yellow. So this is no longer, you're no longer Tuamasevs, you are now Threeamasevs. Okay, because we just got to kick that up a notch. I'm so proud of you just for being you, for taking